welcome back to my channel, The Self Development. I had read the story in a book. I don't exactly remember the name of the book, but then or the author, but the story was very interesting. The story was about a traveler who was traveling a long distance, and later he found a tree under which he could rest. He was unaware that it was the wish granting tree or the Kalpavriksha. So as soon as he sat beneath the tree, he wished he got something to drink because he was very thirsty. And he actually got something to drink. Later on, he felt hungry and he wished that he get something to eat. And he got all these lots of delicacies to eat. And then he wished that he gets lots of money. So suddenly there was loads of money in front of him. And then suddenly he started getting scared. What if a thief comes and steals the money? And then within some time, a thief actually came and stole the money. And later he got even more scared. What if a ghost comes from somewhere and kills him? And a ghost actually appeared and killed him. What the author wrote after that, after dictating the story, was that he says that even our life is just like that. Our life is the Kalpavriksha, and we have the entire power to control our reality. Our thoughts control our reality. That is the fact. This concept has been talked about again and again in many books, many movies. Self-development teachers again and again keep saying the same thing. Lately, I even found that this very thing is even mentioned in the Yoga Sutras, which was written 2000 years ago by the great yogi Patanjali. You can call this the power of the mind, you call this the law of attraction, or you just simply call it faith or belief. But this thing just works. And it is very true that we are living under the Kalpavriksha. We are living in a place where we can actually, our thoughts can actually make our reality. So today I'm going to introduce you to one of the first self-development teachers of our modern era. His name is Earl Nightingale, and he has various audio recordings right from 1950s that are still available. What he basically says is that when a person is 25 years old, everyone wants to be a successful person. But by the time they reach 65 years, out of 100, 54 people will be broke. Broke in the sense they will be dependent on someone. They won't be self-sufficient. They will have some form of regret. Now the question arises, if you have the power to make your own reality, then why is it that so many people are broke and depressed? So what he says is that mind is like a very giant machine, earth moving machine. If you think about it, our mind is also like handling that big construction machine. You can't sit for handling the construction machine and have your mind diverted elsewhere. You can't enjoy the view. You have to just focus on the machine. So that is the only way you can handle the mind and help it in making your reality. So many people ask me if this law of attraction actually works. The point is that it doesn't matter if law of attraction works or not. The point is what it does for you. I'll very clearly tell you what it has done for me. It has basically cleared my thoughts. Until I found out about the law of attraction and knowing that I will get whatever I want, I was not aware that I was so confused about my goals. I was not aware that one day I wanted this, second day I wanted the other thing, third day I wanted something else, fourth day I wanted something else. And even I was not aware. So believing in this concept of creating your own reality actually made me clear of my thoughts and helped me in creating a reality that I want. The second help which this concept did to me is give importance to the feelings. It is very easy for most of us living in these times to actually keep ignoring our feelings and continue like that for a long time until we see the consequences of it in our real life. But then feelings are very important, and we can actually mend our feelings the way we want. It's just a matter of a small perspective. I had read about this story a long time ago. She was a clerk in a small company, and her main work was to write letters. Every day she used to write various letters to various people, and this was the main job profile that she had. And it was a very monotonous job, and she found it very boring, and she was not very happy with it. But then later on she realized that this job is a breadwinner. She has to feel good about the job because that job gives her money which she requires to live a life. So what she did was she changed her perspective. So the next time she got to write a letter, she actually felt like in this time in history, this is the only letter that she is writing. So it completely changed her entire perspective towards her job, and she felt more excited and more engaged in her job. So you can actually control your feelings and direct them. So why not feel good for the maximum time we can? Of course, negativity cannot be removed 100%, but then we can be like positive and happy for most of the time during a day. And mainly, I think that if we take care of these two things, our thoughts and our feelings, we can actually shape our own reality as per the way we want. And if you don't know what you want as a reality in your life, it doesn't matter. Just try to be grateful and be positive, and the best version of the reality that you could have got, you will get it. So All Nightingale's audio is available on YouTube. I will leave a link to it somewhere in your I button right now, and also in the description below. It's a small 30-minute video. Do make it a point to see it because it is very inspiring, and you will be all motivated and ready to take control of your reality. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this entire concept, and do give this video a like, and do subscribe to my channel for more such self-development materials. Thank you for watching.